Hello students, today we will see what are the reason that demand curve is downward sloping. Okay, this is my 11th video today student, and in this video we will see why the demand curve is downward sloping. Means what are the reason that demand curve is downward sloping from left to right. Okay, yesterday we have started the third chapter in the previous video, that is demand analysis. In this demand analysis we have seen what is the meaning of demand, what is the definition of demand, what are the features of demand. Okay, so demand is a desire which is backed by the willingness to pay and willingness to purchase and ability to pay for it. Yes, this is the complete meaning of that. Desire means wish to have something, willingness to purchase means the person is ready to purchase, and ability to pay means the person is enough capable to pay the amount, that is amount for the commodity. Okay, I have also put some example. Okay. After that, definition given by Benham. Then features of demand. Demand is a relative concept, demand is a subjective concept, and demand is essentially expressed with reference to time and price. All these we have seen. After that we have seen there are two classification of demand, that is individual demand and market demand. Yes, individual demand is that demand which is purchased by a single buyer, means the total quantity of the commodity purchased by a single buyer. It is called as individual demand. And market demand is demand by many buyers, when the total quantity of the commodity demanded by many buyers. It is called as market demand. The thing is different. In the individual demand there is only single buyer, single consumer, and in the market demand there are many buyers. Okay, with the help of table and diagram you can see in the previous video. Okay, today we will see what are the reasons that demand curve slopes downward from left to right. As we have already seen in the previous video that the price and demand have inverse relationship. And that is the reason that demand is downward sloping. When the price is high, demand is low, and when the price is low, demand is high. So in this case the demand curve slopes downward sloping. But what are the factors, what are the reason that demand is downward sloping? Okay, today in this video we will see what are the reasons. So there are 5 causes that demand is downward sloping from left to right. Okay, number 1 we will see one by one. Number 1, the law of diminishing marginal utility. Yes, and what is the law of DMU? We have seen already in second chapter, the law of diminishing marginal utility. What the law says? The law says that as consumer consume the commodity, his MU goes on diminishes. So this is also responsible for that. The law the demand curve is downward sloping. Okay, so as a consumer tends to buy more when the price is fall, and the consumer tends to buy less when price is high. Okay, and this implies that demand curve is downward sloping. Okay, second reason, income effect. Income effect means what? Different people have different grade of income. Some people have more income, some people have less income. So in the case of normal goods, when the price falls, the purchasing power of the consumer is increases, and which enables them to buy more and more of that commodity. It is called as income effect. Means as income of the person increases or income of the person is high, they will purchase more units of the commodity. Because as income of the person increases, the purchasing power of the person also increases. So they will purchase more and more units of the commodity at low price. Okay, so again the demand is downward sloping. Yes, so income effect is what? Income effect means fall in price leads to increase the purchasing power of the consumer, and then demand increases. So demand increases at low price. So again it is a downward sloping demand curve from left to right. Third is substitution effect. Substitution effect means it happens in the case of substitute goods like tea and coffee. Yes, so when the price of tea increases, its substitute goods become relatively cheaper. So because of this, that people demand more and more coffee. Yes, so in the case of substitute goods, when the price of the commodity rises, the consumer tends to buy more of its substitute. What is the substitute of tea? The substitute of tea is coffee. So people tend to buy more coffee because there is a rise in price of tea. Why? Because tea and coffee are substitute good. They are substitute of each other. Both are having the same features. Both are giving regeneration to the consumer, because tea is having tea. When we drink the tea, we will get the freshness, and when we drink the coffee, again we will get the freshness. So both are having the same characteristics. So when the price of tea increase, the people demand more and more coffee. So it is called as substitution effect. Okay. Fourth is multi-purpose uses. Some commodity we have seen which have multi-purpose uses. For example, electricity. Okay, when the price of electricity falls, people have more demand for electricity, and because of less price, more demand curve slopes downward from left to right. When the commodity can be used to satisfy several wants of the consumer, the demand will rise at low price, and vice versa. Okay, so electricity have multiple uses. The electricity satisfy several wants of the consumer at a time. I have given the example in the previous lecture. Electricity is useful for running fans, running washing machine, running tube light, running television, charging mobile. All these are nothing but the example of electricity. So because of multi-purpose uses of the commodity, demand is downward sloping from left to right. because when the commodity can be used to satisfy the several wants, its demand will increase. Its demand will increase with a fall in its price, and demand will decrease with a rise in its price. So therefore demand is downward sloping from left to right because of multi-purpose use of commodity. Okay students, next number 5 is new consumers. Okay, so this topic is new for you people this year. Yes, according to the last year textbook, it was only 4 reasons, that is law of diminishing marginal utility, income effect, substitution effect, and multi-purpose usage. But new consumer is new subtopic in this answer. So when the price of the commodity falls, a new consumer class appears who can now afford the commodity. Yes, new consumer means whatever consumers are there in the market, means daily purchasing consumer. Okay, so they know about the market price, but when the new consumer enter into the market and the new consumer observe that when the price is low, then only they will demand more of the commodity. New consumers, so new consumers demand more at low price. So again there is an inverse between price and quantity demanded, therefore the demand is downward sloping from left to right. Okay, so these are the reasons that demand curve slopes downward from left to right. After that we will try to fill this column, fill this table. In this table, and this table is hypothetical table. Hypothetical means, see the box, 3 boxes are empty in this table, and in this table 2 columns are there. One column is price of the commodity and second column is quantity demanded. Okay, so as we learn already, the demand and price have inverse relationship. It means when the price is increases, demand is decreases, and vice versa. When the price is decreases, demand is increasing. Okay, so in this table, price column is given. Yes, price of the commodity 350, 300, 250, 200, 150 and 100. So when we read these numbers, we can easily understand that price is in a decreasing form. Price decreases. Yes, 350 to 300, 300 to 250, 250 to 200 and so on and so forth. So when we observe that price is decreasing, so what about the demand? The demand will increase. Yes, so we have to fill this, these boxes by taking some imaginary numbers. Okay, so the first is 3 and third is 10. Yes, so when the price decreases, demand will increase. So we can write at the 350 price, demand is 3 kg of commodity. So what about the demand at 300 kg, 300 rupees? It may be 7. So after 3 there is a 7, because we have to show that when price decrease, demand is increase. So demand increase from 3 kg to 7 kg. So in the first box you can write 7. Yes, after 7, 10 is already given. Yes, so as price decrease, demand increase from 10 kg to 15 kg. So in the second box you can write 15 kg, because it is a hypothetical table. You can write any number, but make sure you are writing the demand in a increasing form, because price given in a decreasing form, so you can write the numbers in increasing form. Yes, 3 kg to 7 kg, 7 kg to 10 kg, 10 kg to 15 kg, 15 kg to 20 kg, 20 kg to 30 kg. So in this way you can fill these boxes. to understand the law of demand. Price decreases, demand increases. Okay, it is just for understanding. Okay, so our next topic is types of demand. Very important question. Short notes can become on this question, that is explain different types of demand. So there are 5 types of demand: direct demand, indirect demand, joint demand, composite demand, and competitive demand. Yes, let us see one by one. Even the word says its meaning. Direct demand, the commodity we satisfy the human wants directly, it is called as direct demand. When we demand for clothes, demand for food, demand for chocolate, demand for milk, all these are direct demand. Yes, direct demand means the commodity directly satisfy the human wants. After the consumption of milk, after the consumption of chocolate, after the consumption of food, I will get the direct satisfaction. So it is my direct demand. And direct demand also known as conventional demand, because it satisfies the consumer wants directly. So direct demand also called as conventional demand. Yes, you can add one more sentence: all consumer goods are direct demand. And the consumer goods are nothing but food, clothes, chocolate, milk, vegetables, groceries, all these are direct demand. You can write the example: direct demand. Okay, all consumer goods are direct demand. Okay, second, indirect demand. The opposite of direct demand is indirect demand. Yes, indirect demand are those demand which is demanded by the consumer indirectly, means they are satisfying these commodities are satisfy the human wants indirectly, that is indirect demand. Okay, it means the demand for the commodity which are needed for the further production. It is a demand for the producer goods. Yes, as the demand for consumer goods are direct demand, so the demand for producer goods are indirect demand. All consumer goods are direct demand and all producer goods are indirect demand. Direct demand also known as conventional demand, and indirect demand also known as derived demand. So distinguish between, you can write with the comparing these two, beginning to direct demand and indirect demand. So the commodity we satisfy the human wants indirectly, it is called as indirect demand. Okay, for example, factors of production. In the factors of production, there is a raw materials, iron, steel, cement, all these are indirect demand. Yes, all these are derived demand. Okay, third is joint demand. Joint demand is also called as complementary demand. Yes, joint demands are those demand when the consumer demand 2 or more than 2 commodity jointly to satisfy the single want. It is called as joint demand or also called as complementary demand. Yes, for example, car and petrol. Yes, car and petrol is the best example of joint demand. Yes, chalk and duster, joint demand. Pen and ink, joint demand. Mobile and SIM, joint demand. It means when we purchase the car, we have to purchase the petrol jointly. When we purchase the chalk, we have to purchase the duster also. Yes, when we purchase the pen, we also have to purchase the ink jointly. When we purchase the mobile phone, yes, we jointly purchase SIM card also, because without SIM card mobile is not running. Yes, without ink the pen is not writing. Without duster we cannot rub the chalk. Without petrol the car will not run. So when two or more than two commodities jointly demanded by the consumer, it is called as joint demand or complementary demand. Okay. Next, the fourth one is composite demand. Yes, composite demand means when a single commodity satisfies the many want of the society. Yes, it is called as composite demand. Yes, for example, the best example of composite demand is electricity. Yes, the demand for electricity is composite demand, because of electricity there are many home appliances are running. Yes, for example, fan, tube light, washing machine, television, mobile charging. Yes, AC, all these home appliances are running by only one, that is electricity. So the demand for electricity is composite demand. Yes, because one commodity satisfy many want of the society. Society means consumer. It is called as composite demand. Okay. Number 5, last but not the least, that is competitive demand. The competitive demand is nothing but it is a situation where two or more than two commodity compete with its substitute. Two commodities competes with its substitute. It is called as competitive demand. Means there is a competition between the commodities, two commodities, and the competitive demand also called as cross demand. Yes, in your textbook is not given, but the competitive demand also called as cross demand. Means when the price of one commodity increase, then the demand for its substitute increase. Okay, and what are the example of substitute I have given previously? I have given the many example of substitute goods like tea and coffee. Yes, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, Maaza and Slice, Colgate and Pepsodent. All these are example of competitive demand. Yes, when the price of tea increase, the demand for coffee increase. So why it happens? Because tea and coffee are very competitive goods. They have a strong competition between each other. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, when the price of Pepsi increase by 1 rupee, consumer immediately switch to purchase the Coca-Cola, because both are having the same characteristics. Yes, so increase in price of one commodity leads to increase the demand of another commodity, and that another commodity is a substitute of first commodity. So it is called as competitive demand. Yes, means the demand increases because of strong competition between the substitute goods. Yes, third example you can take down, Maaza and Slice. Both are mango drink. Yes, Maaza and Slice. So increase in price of Maaza leads to increase the demand for Slice, because today's consumers are very rational. They don't want to spend extra on that commodity, which become costly. Yes, fourth example we can see Colgate and Pepsodent. Yes, increase in price of Colgate leads to increase the demand for Pepsodent. Why? Because these are the competitive goods, these are the substitute goods. Okay, so these are the 5 types of demand we have seen. Yes, let us quickly revise. Direct demand, also known as conventional demand. All consumer goods are direct demand. For example, food grains, chocolate. Yes, all these are direct demand. Okay. indirect demand, also known as derived demand. All producer goods are derived demand. Yes. Third, joint demand, where two commodities jointly satisfy the human wants, that is joint demand. Car and petrol, chalk and duster, mobile and sim. Yes. Pen and ink, chalk and duster, all these are example of joint demand. Okay. Composite demand, where one commodity satisfy the many wants of the consumer, it is called as composite demand. For example, demand for electricity is composite demand, because the electricity is put several uses like fan, tube light, washing machine, television, etc. Competitive demand, where two substitute goods are compete with each other. Yes, I have given many examples: tea and coffee, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, Maaza and Slice, Colgate and Pepsodent. Yes, you can see the examples. So in this way, 5 types of demand done. Now we will try to fill this table. So this table can be filled with the help of different types of demand, whatever we have seen just now. You can try. I will help you to fill these boxes. Okay. So in the first column, types of demand is given. There are 5 types. So you just fill the boxes right now. Direct demand, second type is indirect demand. Third is joint demand. The fourth one is competitive demand. And the fifth one is composite demand. Okay. Done. Now in the second column, examples are given. Examples are given. What are the example of direct demand? You can write the example of direct demand are, yes, food, milk, cloth, etc. Okay, there are 2 boxes. You can write any example in that, which is consumer goods. Okay, you can write food grains, cloth, anything. Second, indirect demand. Yes, demand for factors of production are indirect demand. But here in this column, the workers in the textile industries. So when the workers is nothing but labor, and labor comes under factors of production, and factors of productions are indirect demand. Okay, so in the second column you can write indirect demand, and the examples of indirect demand given: workers in the cotton textile industry. Okay. Third one is joint demand. Joint demand means when the commodity jointly purchased by the consumer to satisfy the want. Yes, for example, to make a cup of coffee, to make the cup of coffee we need coffee powder, and what we need extra in these boxes, you can write milk, sugar, water. Yes, all these are joint demand. Yes, instead of that you can write, if to make a cup of tea powder is required, water is required, sugar is required, and yes, milk is required. So you can write the same thing. So in the first box of the joint demand you can write milk, sugar, and water. Yes, the fourth type of demand is competitive demand. Competitive demand means whether the 2 substitutes are compete with each other. For example, CNG and petrol. Yes, CNG, compressed natural gas. CNG and petrol have competition. So increase in price of CNG leads to more and more demand for petrol. Yes, pen and pencil. Increase in price of pen leads to increase the demand for pencil. Yes, so all these are example of which type of demand? It is a competitive demand. So in the fourth box you write competitive demand. Last, number 5, composite demand. The fifth type of demand is composite demand. Yes, and what is the example of composite demand? one commodity have multiple uses. Yes, in the explanation we have seen the composite demand is, example is electricity, but here it is given milk. So milk also having many uses. Yes, yes, with the help of milk we can make a tea, we can make a curd, we can directly drink the milk. Yes, we can make the sweets, we can make the ice cream, we can make the milkshake. All these are nothing but the composite demand. So I hope you fill these boxes. Okay, when you fill these boxes, your types of demand is over thoroughly. Okay student, so in this in the next topic is very lengthy, so I will teach you next topic in the next lecture, the determinants of demand, very important. Okay, there are 10-11 determinants of demand, we will see in the next lecture. Okay student, so keep revising, stay at home. So in today's video we have done what are the reasons that demand is downward sloping, and what are the different types of demand. Okay, and note down in the notebook. Yes, whatever we have seen in the previous videos, this is my 11th video, so whatever I have given, you just note down the at least point in your notebook. Okay, so in the next lecture we will see the different determinants of demand. What are the factors determining the demand, what are the factors influencing demand, and what are the factors affecting demand. And these are the nothing but the determinants of demand. We will see in the next lecture. Okay class, thank you students.